Good morning, students. Okay, so in our today's class, we will see exercise 3C and exercise 3D. In exercise 3C, we will learn how to bisect a line segment. Okay, if a line or a line segment is given to you, how to bisect it. So bisect means what? We construct such a line that will divide the given line segment or the line into two equal segments. Okay, so the first question is, draw a line PQ is equal to 8 centimeter and bisect it. So we have to draw a line of 8 centimeter first and then we have to bisect it. So I will draw a line PQ of 8 centimeter, measuring 8 centimeter on the scale. I name it as PQ. Then I have to bisect it. So bisecting is done with the help of a compasses. We have to keep the tip of the compasses on one end and draw two arcs, one on each side, on the upper side and one on the bottom side of the line. So first we draw an arc here on the top and one arc we draw down. Similarly, we have to draw two arcs keeping the tip at the other end of the line segment. So first I had kept it at Q. Now I will keep the tip at point P. And taking the same distance. You don't have to change the distance of the compasses. Okay. Here you had taken this much. So that much only, measuring that much only distance you have to take from this side and cut another arc on both the sides of the line, at the top and the bottom, such that both these arcs have to cut each other. Okay. Now I will draw a line passing from these 2 points. Okay, joining these 2 points. So a straight line joining these 2 points. So this is the perpendicular bisector of the line segment PQ. Perpendicular bisector means, perpendicular means it is perpendicular. That means it makes 90-degree angle with the given line. And bisector means it also bisects the line. Now bisecting means what? This total length of the line which was told us, it was 8 centimeter, right? Now bisecting means what? We have cut this line into two equal halves. So if we have cut this line into two equal halves, then one half should be of 4 centimeter, right? So let's check if it is of 4 centimeter. So this much distance from P to this point has to be 4 centimeter. Similarly, from this point to point Q has to be 4 centimeter. So here you can see that it is exactly 4 centimeters. So this is our perpendicular bisector. Okay, in this way we draw a perpendicular bisector to a line or a line segment. Line and line segment are different. Line has, on both the sides it has arrows so that it can be extended, but a line segment on both the ends it has points. So this much distance is fixed. Okay. Now we will see the next sum in which we have to draw a perpendicular bisector again, but that line is not a horizontal line like this, or it is not a straight vertical line. It can be anyhow. So as the line changes, how does the perpendicular bisector, the direction or the how do we get perpendicular bisectors of those lines? Now we will see that. Okay, now this is the second question. I have drawn a line, I have drawn a segment AB of 9 centimeters. So the total length of this is 9 centimeter. And now this line is not straight, vertical or horizontal, it is a little slanting. So now we will see how the perpendicular bisector of this line will look like. Okay, so the process is same. We have to draw perpendiculars. We have to draw arcs keeping the compasses tip at both the ends of the segment. So first I keep it here, and remember you have to take the distance, the length of the distance between these two tips has to be somewhat greater than half of this line segment. Okay, this should not be very small like this. Okay, it should not be very small, or it should not be very very large. It should not be like almost the whole segment, okay? Because then the arcs go very far from the line, and then you might not get a straight line. So keep it little bit greater than approximately the half, okay? You can keep it this much. So taking this much, I draw two arcs, one at the top and one at the bottom, okay? Now similarly, keeping the same distance, I will keep the tip at the other end and draw two arcs on both the sides such that they cut each other. They have to cut each other, okay? Now I will join these two points by a straight line. So this is our perpendicular bisector of this line. So you see, if the line is like this, then the perpendicular bisector is like this, okay? So it has to be at 90 degrees, okay? So in this way, if the direction of the line changes, I mean if the line is like this or like this or like this, anyhow the line can be, according to that the perpendicular bisector will change. It is not necessary that always it will be a vertical line like this, okay? It can be anyhow, but it will be always in 90 degrees to the given line, okay? That means it is always perpendicular. Now you can see that if the whole segment is 9 centimeter, then half of it will be how much? Half of 9 is 4.5, right? So each part, we know that we are bisecting we are bisecting this line. So bisecting means we are dividing it into two halves. So two half means both the halves should be equal. So one half will be 4.5 and the other half will be 4.5. So let's check whether it is 4.5. So here you can see this is exactly 4.5 here. This is 4.5. Okay. So this is also 4.5 and this is also 4.5. So this is our correct perpendicular bisector of the given line. So in this way we construct perpendicular bisectors to a line or a line segment. So we can construct perpendicular bisectors to any lines. Suppose if they have given us a triangle, so a triangle has three line segments. This is the first one, this is the second one, and this is the third one, which forms the three sides of the triangle. So you can construct perpendicular bisectors to each line segment. So if you construct a perpendicular bisector to this line, it will come somewhat like this. So this will be the first perpendicular bisector. Then if you construct a perpendicular bisector for the second line, it will come somewhat like this. Okay. So this will be the perpendicular bisector. And similarly, the perpendicular bisector for the third line will be somewhat like this. So at these three perpendicular bisectors of the same triangle meet at a certain point. So all the three perpendicular bisectors of a triangle meet at one single point. This sum you can try. You can draw a triangle of any length. The measure of the sides can be anything, and then you can draw perpendicular bisectors for each side of the triangle and see whether they meet at one single point. Okay, I will give this as your homework. Okay, now we see exercise 3D. Now in the previous exercise we saw how we bisect a line segment. Now in this exercise we will see how we bisect an angle. So bisecting an angle means what? Drawing a line across an angle so that that angle, the given angle which is there, that has to be divided into two equal angles. Okay, so we'll see how to do it. The first question is draw an angle of 90 degrees using a protractor. This is the first part. And secondly, we have to bisect it to make an angle of 45 degrees. So if we have an angle of 90 degrees, if we bisect it, so make half of it, then each angle will be of 45 degrees because half of 90 is 45. Okay, so we will see how to do this. So first I will draw a line. We have to make an angle of 90 degrees. So first I will draw a bottom line, the base line. this can be of any measure because they have not specified us the measure of the sides. Okay, the sides which make the angle. Okay, now they have told us to draw an angle of 90 degrees using a protractor. So use a protractor, measure 90 degree on it and make an angle. Okay, so 90 degree is here. I mark a point there and then I join this and this point on the line. So this is our 90 degree angle. Okay, now I have to bisect it. So to bisect it, I have to keep the tip of the compasses at this 90 degree angle. Okay, and I will draw a curve like this which cuts the two lines. So I draw a curve like this. Then once I keep the tip on this this point where this arc is meeting this line, I will keep it here and I will draw an arc. Now here in this case you can change the distance. You can make it larger or smaller, that does not matter. But when for the second time when you keep the tip at this point to draw the second arc, for those two things the distance has to be same. Okay, so first if you take the tip, if you keep the tip at this point, draw an arc. Okay, then keep the distance same between these two tips and keep the compasses tip at this point now, and then again draw an arc. Okay, so this is the point where the two arcs are meeting. So now join this point and this point here. Okay, so joining these 2 points by a line, straight line. This is our this is our angle bisector. This line has bisected this 90 degree angle. So this is known as the angle bisector. So now if it is angle bisector, then each angle has to be of 45 degrees. Which each angle, suppose if I name this as P, O, Q, and suppose this is point R, then the angle POQ, which was of 90 degrees, has been bisected now, and we have got two different angles. So which are the two new angles which are formed? The two new angles are, first one is POR and the second one is ROQ. Okay, so this is our first angle and this is our second angle. So now each angle has to measure 45 degrees because this is an angle bisector. It divides the given angle into two equal angles. So let's check if this angle is 90 degrees. This first angle, is of 45 degrees. The first angle, the first part, if it is 90 degrees. So how will we check that? We will keep our protractor such that this line on the protractor, the base line of the protractor, is in line with this angle bisector line. Okay, so I keep it here with the tip, with the point here which joins all these lines. This point has to be in coincidence with this point. Okay, so I keep it here like this, and then I measure how much is this line coming, at which angle is this line coming. It is here, you can see that this much is 40. I am measuring this much angle. Okay, so you have to see it from 0. Okay, so the inner readings you have to see. So this is 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, and here you can see that this line, the line which we have drawn, that is coming between 40 and 50, and it is exactly at 45 mark. Okay, so this angle is of 45 degrees. Similarly, if you want to measure this much angle, we will keep it like this and measure at what angle is this line coming. So this is coming exactly at 45. You can see this is 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, and here this is 50, and this line we are getting between 40 and 50, so that is exactly equal to 45. Okay, so this is our angle bisector. We have bisected the 90 degree angle into two equal 45 degrees angles. Okay, so in this way we bisect a 90 degree angle. Now we will see if a random angle is given to us, how we will bisect that angle. Now you can bisect any angles, the angle can be acute or right angle or obtuse angle also. It can be inverted, it can be straight, anyhow. Okay, so now I will show you how we bisect an obtuse angle. Obtuse angle means the angle which has measures greater than 90 degree. Okay, so first I will draw an obtuse angle with random measures. This obtuse angle is always like this. Okay, it is greater than 90 degrees. So if this is my given obtuse angle, I don't know how much measure this is. Okay, we will measure it afterwards and we will see. First we will measure how much this angle has become. I have drawn it randomly. It is approximately 140 degrees. Okay, it is a 140 degrees angle greater than 90. See, here it is 90, then we are going beyond 90. So we will check these readings. So 100, 110, 120, 130 and 140. So this angle is of 140 degrees. So now if we will bisect it, so this 140 degrees angle will be divided into two equal angles. So each angle has to be of 70 degrees. Okay, so after bisecting we will get two angles each of 70 degrees measure. So now let's bisect. First I will draw an arc keeping the tip at the center here. Draw an arc which cuts both these lines. Then keep the tip at this point where this arc is meeting this line, and you can increase the distance between the tips now. Keep it exactly on that point. Draw an arc. See, when you draw an arc, you need not draw an arc here somewhere or here somewhere. Okay, you have to draw it somewhere in the middle, somewhere here, which will fall in this much part, because the line, the bisector which is going to come, that is going to come here in the between. Okay, it will not come here somewhere or here somewhere, because it goes from between, exactly between. Okay, exactly between this angle. So draw it here. Okay, now similar distance we keep, and we draw another arc which cuts the first arc. Now we will draw a straight line which passes from this point and this point here. So this is our angle bisector. So if we name this as A, B, C, D point, then we will see now each angle has to be of 70 degrees measure. So let's measure the first one. You can measure it like this. Okay, if you want to measure this angle, you can measure it either like this, or you can even measure it like this. Okay, keep it here. This point has to meet the center point of the drawing of the construction, and then see, this is 70, exact 70. Okay, this here is 70, here is 50, 60 and 70. Okay, so this angle we have got as 70 degrees. Angle A, B, D is 70 degrees. Similarly, you will see that angle DBC, this angle is also 70 degrees. Let's see. Yes, you can see here that it is approximately 70. Okay, here it is 60 and this is 70. Okay, so when you bisect an obtuse angle, you get like this. Okay, you can even bisect a smaller angle which is acute, or a 90 degrees also we saw. Now for acute angle you will get a homework. Okay, so that's it. In today's class we saw exercise 3C and 3D. In 3C we saw how to bisect a line segment, and in 3D we saw how to bisect an angle. Okay, so that's it for today. We will meet in the next class. Okay students, goodbye.